My name is Josh, and I'm just going to tell you how Jesus Christ has come into my life and changed me. As early as I can remember, I just remember like my parents fighting all the time in the night and just waking me up. And I crawl down my hall and end up crying myself to sleep under the table. And it turns out it's because my mom had a big problem drinking and with drugs, and she ended up leaving us when I was 5 years old because she was addicted to heroin, and she ran off with this dude that got her hooked or whatever. And she took everything that we had, like money and stuff. So I had no money or whatever. So I had to move with my dad's parents. And he was like, Mr. Don't tell your kids about God. They have to figure it out for themselves. But my grandma didn't like that idea. So she told me everything about God and taught me the Bible and told me about Jesus Christ and how He is God as a man and like died for my sins so I can be forgiven and will be like my Savior or whatever. So I understood it at the age of 7 and accepted Christ in my life, but I still was really hurt because my mom left, my dad was never around because he worked, and just I was kind of fat too, so like I was unhappy. So like I decided that I needed to get like friends and people to love me or whatever, so I got really into like being the class clown and getting everyone's attention all throughout grade school or high school, and like I was viewing myself as like I said, I was like always striving to like impress people and be accepted in groups, and I felt like I wasn't good enough. Like I had to really try to do all these things for people to think I was worth like hanging out with, or just like I don't know. I felt like my mom left me and like women would always leave me or something. But so in high school I got into drinking a lot and smoking and tried some like marijuana and some hallucinogens, and just so for 3 years that's all I did. Like so I thought, people think I'm cool now because I get all the girls and I drink like lots. And then like after my freshman year of college, like some huge things happened, and I could totally tell that like they were almost like it didn't make sense like what was going on. Suddenly I realized that everyone in my fraternity was like stupid because they thought it was cool to like ruin your liver, and like I had a drinking buddy from high school die. And then this girl that I liked didn't like me because I drank, and this like all happened in the same 3 weeks. So I decided I needed to pray like I did when I was like 7 years old, because I didn't know like what sort of worldly things could help me out. So I prayed, I asked Jesus to forgive me for my sins, and just to help me out. And like that was the last time I drank alcohol. Like one night since then. But it was like I know I had a psychological addiction, and someone's here, and probably a physical one, and then it just was gone, and I can't even explain why I didn't have the craving anymore. And people harassed me, and I lost some friends, but like my true friends are still around, and I was always able to like talk to God in prayer, and I could really feel the presence of God in my life just after that point on. And I had a lot of guilt from just the bad things I'd done, and I got into the Word and read the Bible and realized that I didn't have to feel guilty because there wasn't a record of my wrongs that God cared about anymore, and my true friends had forgiven me for the things I'd done too. So I don't know, it's just pretty cool to see the love that I received from God. I'm not sure how else I can explain it. I know a lot of times I have friends that come up to me and they're like, like I'm an RA in my school, and like my residents will be like, why are you happy all the time? Why are you smiling? I'm sitting here telling you guys like that my mom's a heroin addict, and I'm just smiling about it because, and I realize that my joy comes from the Lord and not my circumstances, and I try to tell people like